Okay, so I know some of you have probably already seen the trailer, and I know some of you already know who the guy is on the front of the picture. And I know some of you right now are probably like, what the hell are you talking about? Well, I'm talking about Gears of War Judgement. And I'll put a link of the trailer in the description, and if you don't know who the guys are on the front, it's going to be, well, the main one's Baird, but then there's also a picture of Cole on the front. Very, very not muscular Cole, and then Baird. When they're both young, because this is like right as E-Day started. Now, if you can hear me like clicking and stuff in the background, it's because I'm looking at the pictures and stuff right now, just so I didn't forget what I was going to tell you guys. But I don't have a lot of time here because this gameplay is kind of short and it's kind of bad. I didn't actually I shouldn't say it's bad. I haven't watched it, but I'm not really gonna talk about the story all that much. I'm basically just gonna say that if you didn't know by now, Gears of War Judgement takes place before Gears of War 1, and I'm not gonna sit here and talk about the story actually anymore because I don't really know much about it other than the story in Gears 1, 2, and 3, and I also know about the Pendulum Wars, but that's pretty much it. And if you don't know what the Pendulum Wars is, or was, or whatever, it was a war with humans versus humans for the emulsion, which is the fuel and stuff. Anyway, what I'm going to talk about is, you know, if they decide to make the multiplayer like Gears of War 3, or if they decide to make the multiplayer at all, like, I don't even know what they're gonna do with this game. I think they should just like keep the multiplayer simple, but I'm gonna talk about a few things that I think they should do to the multiplayer to make it like one of the best Gears of War games of all time. And you know, most of it, well, this is all pretty much my opinion, so if you agree or disagree, feel free to leave a comment. And if you agree with some of my points, you know, let me know. And don't forget to drop a like. Anyway, so the first thing they need, definitely, in this new Gears game, is they need to have a lot of maps and a lot of good maps. Now, I know Gears 2 and 3, and even Gears 1, they have a lot of maps, but how many of those maps are actually, like, amazing? Only a few. Like, Gears of War 3 has some terrible maps, Gears of War 2 has some terrible maps, and Gears 1 has some terrible maps. Some good maps that come off the top of my head are Fuel Depot, Canals, Gridlock, Old Town, Jacinto, Blood Drive. War Machine is probably the best map they've ever made. And some bad maps that come to mind is Overpass, Sandbar, Ruins, Stasis, you know, Rooftops. You know, Rooftops, actually, I'll take that back. Rooftops is okay, but the Hammer of Dawn just kills it. I'm sure if they tweak Rooftops a little bit, it'll be fine, but they need to have a lot of really good maps that keep people coming back. Now, they also need to completely remove the sawed-off Retro and Hammerburst, and I know this takes place before Gears 1, so it would make sense to have the Retro Lancer in there, because, you know, Pendulum Wars just ended, and E-Day just started. And the Pendulum Wars, they use the Retro Lancer or whatever. It wouldn't make sense to put it in the game. I do not want it in the game because it's just it's terrible. It's sawed off, you know, that should not make a return. And the Hammerburst, I know it would make sense to put that in there as well because the Locusts are now coming up, but just for balance reasons, they should just take it out. Or at least make it like it was in Gears 1, where it was pretty much like pointless. Because the Hammerburst in Gears 2 and 3, I think we can all agree that if you use the Hammerburst in Gears of War 2 and 3 and you're good with it, you don't even need to use your shotgun sometimes, because it's just amazing. Like, you can just fire it off and just, you know, down people in like 4 seconds, so, or not even 4, like 1 second if you hit all your bullets. And I think they really need to reduce the grenade blast radius as well. It's pretty ridiculous in Gears of War 3. And they need to fix all the hitboxes too. Make all the characters even. Because some characters you can get hit but even when you're in cover, and some characters you can't simply because of the size difference. They should just make the hitboxes all the same, or just, you know, make all the characters, just take out all the small characters or something. I know that would kind of suck, but it's more balanced that way. I prefer balance over realism in games. I'm pretty sure all of you would. And they really need to keep it on servers. If they're gonna put it on servers, keep it on servers. Don't just switch over to host randomly, because, you know, servers. I think we can all agree that like dedicated servers made Gears of War 3 really fun when, you know, they were up all the time. You know, then you go into a quick match with some of your friends that don't even have the maps, and you get put on these terrible hosts. I think we can all agree that that, you know, shouldn't be there. It should always be servers, no matter what. Really, I'm just hoping that Gears of War Judgement's multiplayer is going to be like Gears of War 1, but with basically no lag, new maps. That would make the game really fun. You know, maybe a few more new weapons. I saw like the one shot and stuff, and the grenades are still in the game because I saw it in the trailer. But they shouldn't add a whole bunch of these random new weapons just to make the game look cool. They should keep it simple, keep it like Gears of War 1, where it was fun and it was balanced. And you know what? I think if they make the multiplayer like Gears of War 1, I think it would be a great game. Anyway, guys, I just want to add one more thing before I go, because Gears of War 3 just came out, and they just announced Gears of War Judgement, right? And this doesn't give them that much time because it's being released next year. So a lot of people are going to be like, oh, they're going to rush the multiplayer and it's going to suck. Well, if you guys remember, Gears of War 1's multiplayer was added in like the last couple of weeks before the game was released. Because Gears of War 1 was supposed to be like just campaign. They weren't going to put in any multiplayer. And they did very close to the end, and it was great. So hopefully they can do something like that with this, you know what I mean? Keep it simple, you know, don't rush it, because make it well, and it'll be fun, or I hope. And leave a comment if you agree or disagree or whatever, and make sure you drop a like and subscribe for more content from me, guys, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.